Sorry about that. Welcome back, everybody. BJ here from BJ Drinks Beer. And you're probably wondering, is it the right day? Don't you usually stream on Saturday? Unfortunately, I have to stream tonight because I have something going on tomorrow. And this is what I have going on tomorrow. Live pro wrestling in Mount Holly, New Jersey. The return of Pro Wrestling Unplugged studio sessions at the Pro Wrestling Star Academy. Can't wait for this show. It's been a long time in the making. It's gonna be awesome. All right. So this one, this is one that is not available to us here in South Jersey. It's not available locally, but it is a collaboration with Wanderbeck Beer Works, and I was able to snag myself a can. This one is by Spyglass, like I said, in collaboration with Wanderbeck Beer Works, and it's called Bauhaus. This one is a 6% Märzens. It's a Oktoberfest season as of tomorrow, and let me get an early start to this. Super excited to try this one. I've heard a lot of good things about Spyglass, but they're just not available down here. And by the way, to any of my New England friends who might be watching this, get your hands on this. Wanderbeck is one of the best new breweries in South Jersey. And they didn't exist when my New England friends came down to visit. They had just gone into business. They weren't out there yet. So this is all that's going to be available to you up there in New England. But if you can, definitely try to get your hands on this one. All right. Looks a little darker than most Märzens, but I guess it's 6%. It's going to have that darkness to it. Looks like it's going to be super rich, maybe a little sweet on the nose. Oh wow, yeah, that sweetness is coming through huge. Yeah, you're getting like a caramel toffee, not getting any of like the roastiness or like nuttiness that you might get in some other Märzens. Yeah, just getting a lot of that sweetness. Let's give it a try. Oh wow. So it doesn't have the maltiness that there is some maltiness there, but it doesn't have that malty richness that you would expect from a Marzen. But what it lacks in that department, it backs up in the sweet, the flavor in the front, the sweetness, the bready, the toffee, the oh yeah. In that sip, I did get a little more roastiness, a little more of the maltiness. Um, I guess not roasty. This wouldn't really be roasty. But yeah, malty nuttiness, I guess. I was getting a little bit more of it in that sip. Oh yeah. Now that I'm fully tasting, now that I'm fully tasting it, I'm getting every aspect of it, and it definitely balances out. And it actually has a little bit of a bitter finish, which you don't get from Martins too often. Yeah, very easy on the palate, very easy drinking. Um, that lingering bitterness as the sweetness fades, and you're left with that lingering bitterness. Like that's definitely going to keep you coming back for more. So I wouldn't necessarily call this one very refreshing, but it is very flavorful and it is an excellent experience. Yeah, that sweetness fades pretty fast, and then you get a little bit of that maltiness, and then just bam, right into that bitterness. I'm kind of curious as to what the IBUs would be on this, but I'm not going to take the time to look it up because I don't think it would be out there. This beer is pretty new. Uh, I don't know. You know what? Uh, Excuse me. Button. I know this is, amazing content right here. Come on, give me Beer Advocate. Uh, no IBU listing anywhere. I'll have to go ahead and find that out some other way. Yeah, despite that upfront sweetness, the fact that it fades so fast and it turns into something else completely, and you're left with just subtle hints of the sweetness and bitterness on the back end, this really stands out from any other Marzen I've ever had. And I've had another Marzen similar, but not with that back end bitterness. At 6%, though, it's just bursting with flavor. If you're enjoying this video or finding it helpful or informative, why don't you go ahead and drop a like? It helps with the algorithm and it makes me smile. And while you're at it, why don't you give me a follow? My name is BJ Drinks Beer, and I'm on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. Um, if you've had this or anything else from Spyglass, please drop a little something in the comments. I've heard very good things about Spyglass, and just tell me more, so I want it more when it's not available to me. Come on. Make me feel that pain. Um, if this one sounds good, sounds interesting, maybe it sounds like something you might want to try, maybe you have some questions, why don't you go ahead and leave them in the comments. If you would like to find this one, you would have to be somewhere in the vicinity of New Hampshire. This is not available outside of, I don't know what radius, but if you're in New Hampshire, there's a good chance you can find this one. Outside of New Hampshire, I'm not too sure. Don't know how that works up there. But this one is not available in South Jersey, unless you got a connection. Rating. This is a very unique take on a Marzen, and I actually kind of prefer this to um, your typical Marzen where it's just all sweetness, but then you're left with the sweetness after the sip. I mean, the bitterness just totally wipes the sweetness away. Uh, I would say this is the best Marzen I ever had, and it might even be. Sorry about that. But its uniqueness is kind of putting it in its own category. Like I wouldn't compare this to other Marzens. It's got its own thing going on. It's like almost like a hoppy amber ale, but not like any. I don't know. It's definitely unique. This is 5 out of 5, hands down. Uh, one of the best Marzens I ever had, but not your typical Marzen. Like I said, there's a lot of back end bitterness there. Got comments. Uh-oh, Danger Ginger in the house. So this is I'll share this with you guys. My co-host on my other channel, BJ and DG Talk Wrestling, uh, he's been trying to get a hold of Rick Blade for about a month now. Actually, for a while. Rick Blade, he doesn't do a lot of social media, but he does pop in when I stream, and he says hello, and he'll hang out and watch for a couple minutes. And so here's the back and forth in my chat right now. This was before I went live. This was a half hour before I went live. This is 2 minutes ago. Oh, I love it. The subplot of my streams. Yeah, this one's absolutely a 5 out of 5, but it's different than any Oktoberfest you've ever had. And at first it took me a second to really, because at first all I got was the sweetness, and I didn't get any of the maltiness or bitterness until a couple sips in. So I guess it was just the initial shock of the taste buds. No, no, I guess not. No, no, I had zero watching for the first couple minutes. Yeah, excellent stuff. If you have not had anything from Spyglass, either have I. This is the first thing I've had from Spyglass. But if you have not had anything from Wanderback Beer Works and you're in the South Jersey area, I don't know what you're thinking. You're making the wrong choices. Wanderback Beer Works is one of the best new breweries in South Jersey. They are responsible for the best Helles lager I've ever had, Wanderback Lager. Perfectly cromulent, one of the better everyday IPAs out there. What I mean by everyday IPA is an IPA that you can like grab a 6 pack and have a couple every day. You don't get sick of it. Excellent stuff. Um, yeah, Wanderback Beer Works. I think the worst beer I had from them was like a 4.5 out of 5. These guys are absolutely amazing. So if you haven't had anything from Wanderback Beer Works, come see and Joe. Blah, blah, blah. If you haven't had anything from Wanderback Beer Works, come see me at Joe Canals Marlton, and I'll hook you up. Yeah, I covered everything and I nailed my lines. Well, that's all I've got for this time. Until next time, cheers. But stick around, everybody. We've got plenty more to come. We have another beer by Spyglass and Wanderback, but this one is from Wanderback and Spyglass. So I would call this, just for short, Spyback. This is the Spyback, and I have the Wanderglass coming up later. But first, I'm going to take another sip of this. Hey, it's not rude. I'm just glad that he stopped in and showed his love and dropped a comment. We're gonna see him tomorrow. You know, and tomorrow at PWU Studio Sessions, I don't have the graphic ready. Oh, by the way, here's Rick Blade looking at us very disappointed because we picked against him in his match. That picture on our other channel, whenever the situation is right, that picture gets popped up and it breaks my heart every time. I don't have match graphics loaded up. I do have this. Whoa. Why does that keep happening? Um, yeah, if you guys are wrestling fans or if you just can't get enough of me, go ahead and check out BJDG Talk Wrestling. Uh oh. Uh oh. Something doesn't feel right. Something's weird. I have a comment. I did not. No. Or I did pop it on for a couple minutes, but I wasn't in a situation where like I could watch it. I was asleep and I woke up like 5 minutes into SmackDown tonight. I know. I'm sorry, Rick. I'm sorry, Rick. It won't happen again. That's whenever I see that picture. That's like my reaction is I'm sorry, Rick. It won't happen again. All right. I am going to over here. Uh oh. Your mic. What just happened? I don't think that was intentional. I think that was a production error right there. But yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and grab myself another beverage. Gonna go with another beer this time. Uh, don't know what yet, but we'll see. Yeah, so I'll be right back. I should mute. All right.
I just saw the most amazing thing ever from SmackDown tonight.
What's that?
Sami Zayn won with a blue thunder bomb.
I was going to message you. I was going to text you, but I was like, he might be behind. I don't want to spoil anything because I know that's a moment right there.
Once a year. He won it with one last year. It's 2 years in a row now. We're going to get the yearly blue thunder bomb win spot from him. And that is all. Carry on.
I'm sorry, Rick. Man, I'm now it's like when I see him tomorrow night, it's going to be like, hey, Rick, you've become like a meme, kind of. Yeah, so let me peel off this sample sticker.
I have to be in the back with him the entire night.
I know. Well, let me just say right now, I hope Thrash is watching, but he's probably not. But I will let him know. That I'm about to drink this, or that that I did drink this. Put that right there. All right. So this one is from Neck of the Woods, from Pittman, New Jersey. Neck of the Woods. I think I've recently done other beers. Yeah. The one night I did the Pittman Pale Ale, phenomenal beer. I have pumpkin beer. It's not quite that time of the year yet, but we're getting there. It's September. Oktoberfest season starts tomorrow. So when does pumpkin beer season start? They come out at the same time. Anyway, so this one is called Pumpkin Chino. It's a 7.3% pumpkin coffee porter. Porter conditioned on end grain coffee, pumpkin spice, and vanilla. From sunrise to sunset, pumpkin chino in the morning, pumpkin chino at night. This gourd beer knows how to party. Welcome to fall from the crew at Neck of the Woods. Oh, these guys are the best. I did review this a couple years back, but I have no memory whatsoever of that. The only reason I know that is because I looked it up. And sure enough, there's a review from like 2 or 3 years ago during Pumpkin Beer October, which I am not doing this year. And yeah, but I don't remember it at all. And the only reason I'm so sick of pumpkin beer, the only reason I'm drinking this right now is because it's a coffee pumpkin porter. Anything with coffee in it just bumps it up for me. That bumps up my interest level. Pumpkin coffee porter. There are 3 words that go very well together. Porter's an excellent style for a pumpkin beer. Porter's an excellent style for coffee. Uh, with the style, just everything comes together so nice. On the nose. Oh, and as you can see, definitely a porter. On the nose. Maybe it's just me, but pumpkin spice on the nose always comes off like shaving cream, and I'm fine with that. But until I can like break it down and actually like get a good nose on it, are you just saying that because you're a ginger? Um, yeah, like individually, I'm getting like the cinnamon, a hint. The clove is, I mean, the clove is coming through heavy, and that's kind of drowning everything else out in the aroma. But I am getting hints of nutmeg, definitely cinnamon. Let's give it a try. Yeah, the spice, the pumpkin spice combination comes off almost exactly like in the aroma, but I'm getting like some maybe hints of vanilla. Did it say? Yeah, okay, yeah. I am getting hints of vanilla in the flavor. I didn't get that in the aroma so much. The coffee is excellent. Uh, and oh, as always, the coffee pumpkin spice combination, which is making a certain ginger right now cringe. Uh, excellent stuff. I mean, it's the one way to get me to drink a pumpkin beer right now. I just I've tried already this year and I haven't been able to get into it. But this I'm getting into. This, I mean, the weather's not even right. It was 80 degrees today. But this, I'm feeling this right now. Might be getting a little cinnamon in there. The vanilla comes up big, but it's not as the vanilla is not as pronounced. It's very subtle. It's very hidden, but it's definitely in there in the background. Like I said, the coffee's great. A little bit of cinnamon, little nutmeg, probably clove. The clove is very clove heavy. And the porter base, I mean, with all the other flavor going on, I'm not. It's not standing out. It's just, yeah, it's definitely roasty. It's definitely it got that richness to it, but it's there's too much flavor to really uh taste the base, I guess. Yeah, this one might be a little more carbonated, or it might. I don't know. I feel like it's either carbonation or there might be a little like chili pepper in this. But definitely not chili pepper. That would actually. Oh my god, this with some chili pepper. Uh, so New Belgium Voodoo Ranger does Atomic Pumpkin, and I don't drink them anymore for reasons. But Atomic Pumpkin, I loved. It was, you know, your typical pumpkin ale, but it had some chili pepper in it, and that really just did amazing things for the flavor. I think that would really, it was, if this had a little bit of chili pepper, it would really taste like a Mexican hot chocolate inspired beer. But as is, with the pumpkin spice and everything. Um, what was I saying? Yeah, not smooth, like super carbonated. Yeah, that's what I was saying. Yeah, it's not heat, it's not pepper, it's just carbonation, I think. Which kind of for a porter, uh, you don't expect a porter to be this carbonated. Sure, you expect a little carbonation, but for the most part, like the stouts and porters, have been a little. uh, for lack of better words, more flatter. Um, this one, it has some effervescence to it. There's a certain tingling on my tongue. All right, let me get on with the real business here. If you're enjoying this video or finding it helpful or informative, why don't you go ahead and drop a like? It helps with the algorithm and it makes me smile. While you're at it, why don't you give me a follow? My name is BJ Drinks Beer, and I'm on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. And while you're at that, why don't you give my other channel a follow? There we go. BJ and DG Talk Wrestling, where every Sunday night we do a live stream and we talk about all the events that happened over the course of the week in wrestling. And there's much more than that. So go ahead and check that out. And go ahead and check out PWU's studio sessions tomorrow in Mount Holly, New Jersey. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, go to BJ and DG Talk Wrestling and watch our preview show. If you haven't any, blah, blah, blah. I'm sorry, Rick. I'm sorry. I thought I did a good job, Rick. I'm sorry. If you haven't had anything from Neck of the Woods, I definitely recommend. Nope. Wrong part. Nope. If you've had anything from Neck of the Woods, nope. There we go. If you've had this one or anything else from Neck of the Woods, why don't you drop a little something in the comments and tell me what you thought about it? If this one sounds good, sounds interesting, maybe it's something you might want to try, maybe you have some questions, why don't you go ahead and leave them in the comments? If you would like to find this one, you can find this one at Joking House in Marlton. Rating. What? Reset. Rating. Yeah, if it wasn't for the effervescence, the overcarbonation, this one would be a 5 out of 5. But maybe I could just crack it, pour it, and let it sit for a couple minutes and have it be a 5 out of 5. Let it warm up, let it get to room temperature like a dark beer should be enjoyed. You know what? Maybe I'm doing this all wrong. Maybe I should do this one again. But as it is, I'm going to give this one a 4 out of 5. The coffee is very, very good. The pumpkin spice combination is very, very good. It's just what's holding it back for me is that carbonation. But like I said, I'm going to put an asterisk next to this, and I'm going to try it again next week. Everybody, this is a Bruce Banner. I'm going to try it again next week, and I'm going to take it out half an hour before I drink it, and I'll take it out and pour it 20 minutes before I drink it. Make sure I get all the carbonation out, and then I'll see how I like it. And hey, Neck of the Woods, if you're listening, make this with chili peppers, please. Please, I beg you. If you haven't had anything from Neck of the Woods, I definitely recommend you check out some of what they do. Stay in the car, Frank. It's another everyday IPA, something I could drink every day. Pittman Pale. Man, if you were watching a couple weeks ago, Pittman Pale blew me away. I don't expect that from just a pale ale, but Pittman Pale was phenomenal. Yeah, if you are a beer drinker and you have a certain style that you like, and if it's sours especially, but regardless, if there's a style that you like, Neck of the Woods has you covered. You're going to find something that you can get down with the Neck of the Woods. I've only been there once, and I only had one beer there. It was kind of like we were hopping around. I'm super disappointed about that. But yeah, we'll get there. I'll get there. But yeah, so that's all I've got for this time. Until next time. Cheers. But stay tuned, everybody. Um, I I gotta let Thrash Gecko know tomorrow that I drank this beer. He'll enjoy that. Uh, oh my goodness, what am I doing? It's the worst thing in the world when you have a 16 ounce, but you have a pint glass and you don't want to like pour it all and have it overflow, with the head and everything. So you just kind of like pour a little bit, pour a little bit, pour a little bit. There are so many times I've like woke up the next morning and been like, oh yeah, yeah. Oh, I didn't finish this. uh that's why I need a bigger glass. Like a pint glass just isn't big enough. I need yeah. Thrash Gecko will be at the show. He has some work to do. Um he might not be there at bell time, but he's coming. He's coming. And he might even bring a guest. What? I hope so. I hope so. A friend of ours. Um, I was trying to. She's not a wrestling fan. Uh, maybe. I don't know. Um, yeah, I don't know. I talked to him like Tuesday, but that was before a lot of stuff happened. I talked to him Tuesday before the show. I found out a lot of information at the show. Anyway, I'm gonna take a couple sips of this. I want to finish it right now, but I want to keep moving on. And it's going to be the funniest thing if I keep doing that tonight and I don't finish it and keep just, all right, next. I'm going to have so many like half beers to finish, and that's going to be hilarious. But next up, just to take a break from the alcohol, I'm going to go ahead and have myself a THC beverage. I think, if I'm not mistaken, I have a 10 milligram cherry cola that caught my eye just before I went live. So that's probably what's going to be up next. Let's go with, oh, yeah, it's a good one. There we go. Wrong button. All right. So this one is from Lolly. It is a 10 milligram of THC infused cherry cola. Ten milligrams THC per can. Nutrition facts: amount per can, calories 131, not the worst. Total fat 0 grams. Sodium 37 milligrams. Why? Uh, total carbohydrates 33 grams. Total sugars 37 grams. Protein nothing. Calcium nothing. Potassium. Okay, so it's a soda. It's a sugary. I don't drink a lot of soda. I don't. I mean, I like soda, but I just don't really like to drink as much sugar. But I got to do what I got to do for you, for everyone watching. I gotta. You guys have to know when you're at the store, like what to buy and what not to buy. And I can't be there all the time, so I need you guys to, you're not. So I need to do this so you guys know. I'll shut up now. Ingredients: water. Second ingredient, cane sugar. Natural flavors, natural food coloring, citric acid. So it's a soda. There's nothing good about it. It's a 10 milligram soda. But let's see how it tastes. Ooh, it's a little more red than I expected. I don't know if that's coming through really on the screen. But yeah, if I put a light behind that, actually. Pretty red. Not transparent, but pretty red. That food coloring, I don't think was a necessary touch. I'm going to say that right off the bat. On the nose. Cherry nibs, Luden's cherry cough drop. Those like coins, those like I don't. You're not going to know what I'm talking about because I'm old. That they were like the soda coins. Never mind. Yeah, little Dr. Peppery, but definitely more cherry forward. Let's give it a try. Oh my god. Okay, let's try that again. Yeah, it's straight up. It's a very good soda. Um, it almost kind of reminds me of like a generic Dr. Pepper. It reminds me of Cantrip, Dr. Cantrip, which is kind of modeled after a Dr. Pepper, but has
Did you say Dr. Pepper?
yeah, it's a cherry cola, but it really it's
Well,
very Dr. Peppery.
there is a cherry Dr. Pepper actually.
Oh no way! Oh, it's probably exactly like this. There's also at Joe Canals in Marlton, we also have Dr. Cantrip, which is a 10 milligram Dr. Pepper ripoff, and that's very cherry forward. But I haven't tried it yet. We have 100 milligram Uncle Skunk's Dr. Pepe. Oh yeah, PWU. I can't. Man, I'm still over here rocking the old stuff, man. I gotta upgrade tomorrow.
I wore my SPO hat earlier.
I gotta upgrade.
But yeah, man, I just heard you say Dr. Pepper. I was like, wait, hold on. Did he say that, or was I just
You would
having
really
wishful
like
thinking?
this. You would really like this.
I mean, you're right. That's probably a daddy soda I would drink.
But I think what you would like more is Dr. Pepe from Uncle Skunk's 100 milligram.
You know, I do enjoy being coherent. That's all I'm saying. All right, and not holding on to the floor. Like,
Dude,
ooh,
at that last casino show, I drank like 120 milligrams.
I remember I was right there with you.
Yeah, I was on fire. I gave you Uncle
Two?
Arnie. Yeah, I think I gave you a couple. Yeah. Oh, did you see? I know this is just random, like conversation I shouldn't be having on stream. But did you see we got a copyright on that last video? Two of them.
Yeah, but they don't. That doesn't.
No, it's
affect
cool.
anything.
It's cool, but it was just I knew we were going to get it for the.
I actually do have to talk to you about something, but that can be
What do we do?
later. Oh no, 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 no! It's what you did. You almost got us canceled, but you know, you gotta watch what you say, man. We're
I don't even
public
curse.
figures. Anyway, back to talking about THC drinks and beer.
Okay, this is gonna sound weird. You ever have a red hot? This is like if a red hot wasn't hot.
So it has hints of cinnamon, is what you're saying.
Maybe not, but there's definitely like, and at the same time, there's something kind of floral about it. Yeah, this one is interesting. There's there's a better cherry candy, but I can't think of exactly what it was that this reminds me of. Either way, not very good for you. Tastes very, very good. I mean, probably better for you than beer, but yeah, really enjoying this one. Of course, it's a soda, so if you're not a soda drinker or a soda fan, obviously you're not going to enjoy this. But this one, yeah, it's like a Dr. Pepper with a little something extra. Carbonated like a soda, obviously. Um, if you're enjoying this video or finding it helpful or informative, why don't you go ahead and drop a like? It helps with the algorithm. It makes me smile. And while you're at it, why don't you give me a follow? My name is BJ Drinks Beer, and I'm on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. And while you're at it, why don't you give my other channel a follow? It's BJ and DG Talk Wrestling. I'm getting there. I'm getting it. I'm getting it. There we go. Where every week we talk, where we do a live stream every week, and we talk about the events that transpired in wrestling over the course of that week, and much, much more. If you've had this one or anything else from Malali, why don't you go ahead and leave a little something in the comments and tell me what you thought about it. This one sounds good, sounds interesting, maybe you have some questions. Why don't you go ahead and leave them in the comments? If you would like to find this one, well, that's kind of the reason I'm doing this video right now. There's a lot of cannabis salesmen who come in and cannabis beverage salesmen who come into my store and they say, try my product and bring in my product. And I'm just trying everything right now and trying to figure out what to bring into the store. Not that I have any openings on the THC beverage shelf right now, but honestly, I don't have this one at the moment, but I could see bringing this one in, not just this, but maybe some other sodas from them. But I don't know. Tell me what you think in the comments. Should I bring this in? Is this something you would want to try? I mean, I have a lot of really good cannabis beverages right now. Come see me. Come see me. Rating. I said rating. It reminds me of something I can't put my finger on, but you know, just for what it is. What am I even talking about? Rating. For what it is, I'm going to give this one a 4.5 out of 5. Flavor is absolutely amazing. It's just a ton of sugar and artificial colors and flavors to be drinking. And, if you're a soda drinker, I'm sure this isn't a big deal for you. But for someone like myself who doesn't really drink a lot of sugar outside of beer, or actually ingest any sugar at all outside of beer, um, yeah, this one is just a lot. It's a little too much. It's not cloyingly sweet, but it's just a lot of sugar. Um, this is my first experience with Lolly, and I gotta say, based on this beverage, I am definitely looking to try more of what they have to offer. And this is something that is good enough that I think I might want to bring into my store. So, uh, like I said, leave a little something in the comments. Tell me what you think about that. And yeah. If you've had anything from Lolly, go ahead and leave that in the comments. Tell me what you thought about it. I know I already said that, but just wanted to reemphasize. That's all I've got for this time. Until next time, cheers. But stay tuned, everybody. Have a good night, DG. I cannot wait to see you tomorrow. Tomorrow is going to be amazing. It'll be weird not sitting next to you in the crowd, but it's for a great reason, man. You're doing great. All right. Uh, I think in the description, I said I was going to drink Oktoberfest beers, THC beverages, at least one IPA, and I think that was the description pretty much, and much, much more. So far, I've had a pumpkin beer. I did have an Oktoberfest beer. I've not had an IPA yet. I've had a cannabis beverage. This is pumpkin chino. So I think I've narrowed it down, and I think I've decided what I'm going to drink next. Do I want another Oktoberfest right now? Okay, so here's the thing, right? I got a couple IPAs to choose from. There's a couple favorites. Yeah, there's a couple that I would want to do more than others. I got a couple of those. I got a couple Oktoberfest, but it's Oktoberfest season. I don't want to get myself sick of Oktoberfest right away. So I kind of want to spread that out. Not It's not even. It's not Oktoberfest season for another hour and 20 minutes. 15, 12 minutes. What? What? But I don't know. I'm thinking. That is so good. I really, even though like it's been sitting out and it's warmed up. Oh yeah, I guess I could just like add this in. So it's like, I don't know, 20 minutes, a half an hour later, and got this little bit left. Yeah, now that it's warmed up a little bit, the carbonation is still there. Um, but now that it's warmed up, the roastiness, the base is coming through a lot stronger, and the spices have faded a little bit. But just about the same experience, honestly, as you know, half an hour ago when it was cold. All right. um, beer. Cider? I do have a cider. Yeah, I'm dying to try this. I don't know why I'm even thinking about it. All right, back, y'all. Yeah. How should I display this? You see, that's why I don't like the wraparound. That's why I don't like the wraparound can art. Like, how do you display that? It's fine if you have two cans and you can show both sides, but like, there's so much going on this can. Normally, this tablecloth. Why is this? There we go. Good, good. Welcome back, everybody. BJ here from BJ Drinks Beer, and today I've got one for you from Wanderbeck Beer Works in collaboration with Spyglass. This one is a 7.7% hazy double IPA, and it's called Designated Fun Time. If you look at the artwork here, because it's amazing. Cats with laser eyes, all day. I'll do another take of that. Welcome back, everybody. BJ here from BJ Drinks Beer. Today, I've got one for you from Wanderbeck Beer Works in collaboration with Spyglass Brewing. This one is a 7.7% hazy double IPA, and it's called Designated Fun Time. All right, let me get a light behind that. Let me see how hazy this one really is. That's not the right button. There we go. As you can see, super hazy. Why? On the nose. What? There it is. On the nose. Straight orange juice. Oh my god. Straight, chunky, old orange juice. I'm getting excited about that. That like that aroma. Okay, so I'm picking up. It's definitely Citra hopped because I'm getting a ton of Citra in the front. Maybe Mosaic. Uh, it's got to be majority Citra because this smells straight up like orange juice, like old orange juice, and that's oh man, I'm gonna like this one. Let's give it a try. This takes me back. This reminds me of something, and I can't put my finger on it, but it takes me back. I haven't had an IPA like this in a long time. Just something just so oaty and chunky and citrusy. Um, Absolutely loving this one. Very, very thick on the palate. Very, very drinkable. Yeah, you get dankness and citrus up front, and then it fades into a subtle bitterness. Um, it's got to be Citra Mosaic. It's got to be Citra Mosaic. And there's definitely something else going on there, but oh yeah, absolutely amazing. Just lately, I've been drinking a lot of pilsners and a lot of session IPAs and wheat ales, so this is very big for me. But I can always appreciate a good IPA, and this one is absolutely amazing. It reminds me, yeah, I can't put my finger on exactly what it reminds me of. Yeah, old orange juice. I know it sounds terrible, but like when I say old orange juice, that means it's an amazing IPA. Um, I guess, yeah. So I got to look up the hops and the IBUs. All right, beer advocate. Here we go. Designated fun time. Ooh, I'm getting a little like even like rock candy. Uh, this one, wow. This one might even be too new. Be on Beer Advocate. Yes, this one is not even on Beer Advocate yet. It just came out like less than a week ago. This was just canned. Well, that's blurry. Never mind. But like I know this was canned in the last like 9 days. Um, but yeah, this isn't even on Beer Advocate yet. I guess I could look at Untapped. It's on Untapped. Beer Advocate are slipping. Hoppy, juicy, hazy. Designated Fun Time is our hazy New England IPA, brewed with our friends at Spyglass. Uh, Out of New Hampshire, crafted with Yankee pills and Chilium-based malts. Chillum, not Chilium, Chillum. Malted and flaked oats, obviously, wheat, uh,
Triticale equally from Blue Ox Malt House and our favorite Rabbit Hill hops. There we go. Clayton, Matueka, and Nelson. Wow. YHC's Matueka Cryo and Garston Raquel. Wow. Okay. It came off like a Citra mosaic, but sure. But regardless, just chunky, oaty, very flavorful. I mean, with all those hops, I would hope so. But yeah, excellent stuff. You're enjoying this video or finding it helpful or informative, why don't you go ahead and drop a like? It helps with the algorithm and it makes me smile. While you're at it, why don't you give me a follow? My name is BJ Drinks Beer. I'm on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. If you've had this one or anything else from Wanderback Beer Works, why don't you go ahead and leave a little something in the comments and tell me what you thought about it. If you've had anything from Spyglass, because this is only the second beer I've had from Spyglass, and the first one was about an hour ago. So if you've had anything from Spyglass, please tell me how amazing they are and make me feel so sad because I can't get them from South Jersey. If this one looks good, looks interesting, maybe it's something you might want to try, maybe you have some questions, so why don't you go ahead and leave them in the comments. If you would like to find this one, you can find this one at Joe Canals in Marlton. Rating. I'm going to give this one a 4.5 out of 5. It's exactly what I want personally out of a good hazy IPA. Maybe the bitterness is a little bit more than I would enjoy for something at, you know, what was I saying? A little more better than I would like. A little less juicy than I expected, especially, because they were calling it a New England. So you don't expect a lot of bitterness. You expect your straight juiciness. But that splashed all over my hand. But, ooh. Yeah, a little more bitter and a little less juicy than you would expect from a New England. But still an amazing beer. And it reminds me, oh my God, it reminds me of something from Other Half, I think. But I can't exactly put my finger on it. But regardless, I definitely recommend, if you haven't had anything from Wanderback Beer Works, that you go ahead and tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. you come to Joe Canals in Marlton. And I won't be there, but there will be some people there who will tell you exactly what you need to know and sell you anything you want. Yeah, if you haven't had anything from Wanderback Beer Works, they're absolutely amazing. Like I said earlier in this stream, their Helles Lager is one of the best beers I've ever had. Perfectly cromulent is something I could drink every day. And all of their limiteds that have come out have been absolutely amazing. You're doing yourself a disservice if you haven't tried anything from Wanderback Beer Works. Well, that's all I've got for this time. Until next time. Cheers. And I have to go break the seal. Oh, that was ridiculous. Um, my my things to finish. This is gonna be rough. I have like orange juice and like pumpkin coffee. So let me crack something fresh and add to it. That was absolutely amazing. It definitely reminded me of something. I I can't speak the name of the brewery it reminds me of, but besides other half, but it definitely reminded me of something. Um, I don't even know what I have up next. Uh, There's two, but I'm already using that glass. Can't do that. Did all that. Like, I have a cider? Let me go. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go look. All right. This will be my last beer of the evening, but maybe not my last drink of the evening. What am I doing? These are Wanderbeck coasters. By the way, everybody, check out Hopped Up Network. If you love beer, like I love beer, check them out. Peel off the sticker. So, I've heard a lot about this brewery, but I haven't tried them yet. And what worse way to try a brewery for the first time than to try their light lager? So this one, all right. All right, I'm better now. This one is from Bottle Logic, and it's called Logic Light. This one is a 4.2% premium lager. Oh, yeah. Gold on white. Like, I can see that. Serving facts? No, I don't need to know that. 170 carbs? Calories? Oh, 170 calories, 14 grams of carbs. Well, that is doesn't seem very light to me, but Certainly looks like a light beer on the nose. That aroma, is this just Hulk Hogan's Real American Beer? Okay, no. It's a little less sweet on the nose than that. Excuse. But it definitely comes off like a light lager. You got sweet breadiness. Yeah, you got your sweet breadiness, and that's about all. Let's give it a try. Very smooth, very clean, very easy drinking. You get that sweet breadiness up front. The carbonation kind of stays throughout. It's very carbonated, as obviously it's a beer, but there's different carbonation levels, and this one is very carbonated. Pretty easy on the palate. Very easy drinking. Not a lot slowing you down except the carbonation there. Flavor wise, you get sweet breadiness, no back end bitterness whatsoever. It's just that sweet bitterness up front, and then it fades. Yeah, pretty straightforward. Not a lot to it. I've pretty much summed it up. That sweet breadiness up front, super carbonated. Pretty clean finish. Actually, maybe it's just residual bitterness from the last beer I was drinking, but I am getting a little back in bitterness. Let me see how. Let me see. Yeah, I've obviously had too many beers, so switching to THC after this one. Maybe a hint of back end bitterness, but throughout very bubble in my throat. Throughout very clean. Yeah, if it wasn't for the carbonation, I'd already be done this. Yeah, there's definitely a little bit of back end bitterness there. Just a hint, but it's definitely there. I just didn't pick it up at first. The upfront sweet breadiness is not too much. Like some lagers, it'll be super sweet up front. This one is, it's not too much, and then it fades into. Yeah, it ultimately fades into that back end bitterness, which keeps you coming back for more. Um, so, having said that, not very refreshing. Um, oh, oh man, I'm struggling over here. I'll get through it though. I'll get through it. If you're enjoying this video or finding it helpful or informative, why don't you go ahead and drop a like? It helps with the algorithm and it makes me smile. And while you're at it, why don't you give me a follow? My name is BJ Drinks Beer, and I'm on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. If you've had this one or anything else from Bottle Logic, why don't you go ahead and leave a little something in the comments and tell me what you thought about it. This one sounds good. It sounds interesting. Maybe it's something you might want to try. Maybe you have some questions. Why don't you go ahead and leave them in the comments? If you would like to find this one, you can find this one at Joe Canals in Marlton. rating. As far as light lagers go, this one checks all the boxes. Honestly, and this is not a critique of the actual beer, but this beer needs to be in 12-ounce 6-packs and not 16-ounce 4-packs. But having said that, let me actually talk about the beer, the liquid. Yeah, I'm going to give this one a 4.25 out of 5. Excellent light lager. Very, very not crushable, very drinkable. The crushability, I feel like it's a little more carbonated than. I mean, look at this. It's still going here. You can see that. Yeah, you can see that. Yeah, like it's super carbonated. And that kind of affects the crushability. Like uncarbonated, definitely more crushable than carbonated, obviously. But having said that, very drinkable. You get that bitterness in the back end that keeps you coming back for more. You get that sweet breadiness up front. It's a very balanced, very good light lager. Very good light lager. 4.25 out of 5. There it is. So this is my first experience with Bottle Logic, and I gotta say I'm impressed. I've heard good things about them, and I'm definitely looking to try more of what they have to offer. That's all I've got for this time. Until next time. Cheers. Oh my God. Get out of there. This is not the cocktail that you want. Oh, and I don't want to dump anything. Like, that's my thing. Like, I don't want to be wasteful, even though literally all of these were free. I don't, it's disrespectful to the beer. I'm gonna burp a lot, and then maybe sip this and finish this, and then I'm gonna drink a THC beverage. Not in that order. Mostly in that order, except for the first two. Okay. Yeah, it's time for a THC beverage. Be right back. I don't even want to drink this right now. I have so much beer to drink. Yeah, we'll do that next week. Just gonna hang out and finish these beers. Be right back. See, it's like, which one do you drink first? The 7.7%, like, thick, chunky one that tastes like orange juice, or the light beer? Why am I even? That's not even a. Oh, that's so good. Uh, I wish I could think of what that reminds me of. But just it's just straight up like thick, chunky orange juice. It's like a week expired. So good. Uh, yeah, man. I think yeah. If anyone's curious about Wanderbeck, they have a YouTube channel and they're on all the social medias that you can think of. Um, check out their channel. Like these guys, great guys making amazing beer. And Spyglass, oh my god. Like I'm dying to try some Spyglass now. I know my New England friends, they know all about the Spyglass, but yeah, man, these guys are amazing. I need a Spyglass glass. Well, I mean, I'd like to try more of their beer first, but a Spyglass glass would be nice. I'm going to go ahead and shoot out message to. Oh, I guess I would have to. Yeah, I'll do that then. Oh my god. Okay. My fingers don't want to do what I'm telling them to, but that's okay. That's not what I wanted to do. That'll work. Yeah. Sit tight. Oh no, that is what I wanted to. Oh, there's the button I was looking for. We'll see if he wants to jump in. No, I'll message more of the New England guys. He's not available right now. All right, we'll see what happens. I hate the Facebook noises. Okay. So we'll see. I'll hang out for a little bit. I might have someone jump in who I know has had spyglass and tell me more about them to make me want them more. And I'm not able to get them, so. Well, I broke the seal. Well, it appears all my New England friends have lives and are out there living it on a Friday night instead of sitting at home and streaming. But that's fine, you know. Uh, I will privately text every one of them and tell them how amazing this collab with Spyglass is, and if they can get it, to please, not this one, but this one. And if they can get it, you're doing yourself a favor if you do. But yeah, my South Jersey friends, if you like hazy doubles, like this one is straight orange juice, man. Chunky orange juice. It's that time of year. I really, really enjoyed this one. And I mean, it's a light lager, you know. So still working on it, but finishing this first. Ugh. So yeah, if anyone is still watching, or if in the future, but not but in the near future is the only time it'll be relevant. Tomorrow night in Mount Holly, New Jersey, PWU, Pro Wrestling Unplugged Studio Session. PWU started 21 years ago to the day. PWU started. Oh, I have to do the math now. Okay. What year is it? 2004. On this day in 2004, PWU started, and they've been inactive for quite a while, but they're back. And I don't have the match graphics, but there's some amazing matches that I will be front and center for. And whenever this, I don't know if they're streaming it live, I don't know what's happening, but whenever this is available to view, uh, as you're watching these amazing matches take place, I'll be right there, front and center on the hard cam, yelling my lungs out like I do at these wrestling shows, and it's going to be a good time. I'm going to stop at Spellbound, in pregame. I might even hit up. Oh, I put it over there. Yeah, I do. I might even hit up Stratosphere, but I think it's going to be Spellbound. Um, yeah, we got Rick Blade versus Pat Dynamite. We've got. I don't have my reference here. This is just what I remember off the dome, and I've drank a lot. But yeah, so come to the show tomorrow. It's going to be an amazing time. Ah, all right. Fun, fun, fun. Light lager. Let's go. Still super carbonated. Sweaty and carbonated. Go away. Like what? Oh, my finger was wet, so my swipe wasn't recognized. Stupid condensation. That's not what I was doing. Apparently, Flash Carter. Uh, I'll just have to figure that out tomorrow. It was the first thing that popped up on my Instagram, and the fifth thing that popped up on my Instagram. So, coming next week, I have this in my fridge. Um, on next week's stream, I will be trying regular beer from Neck of the Woods. Why is my Instagram all cat videos? There it is. Oh, my goodness. Yeah. I was looking for match graphics. I know what I'm doing, but I'm failing at that. Yeah, so I'm gonna go now. I don't need to finish this on camera, do I? Yeah, that's not happening. It this is um a better version of Hulk Hogan's Real American Beer that I tried on stream a week or two ago. Maybe a month ago. I don't know. But this is like pretty much that, but better. Anyway, I'll shut up now. Everybody have a great night. Come out to Mount Holly tomorrow. I hope to see you there. If I do, you get an option of a high five, a handshake, or a hug. Or no. A high five, a fist bump, or a hug. They are your options. So if you see me in Mount Holly tomorrow, say, hey, BJ, and then say fist bump, handshake, no, fist bump, high five, or hug, and you get that. Um, all right, I really need to like go to bed at this point, but I just drank coffee before this stream, so we'll see how that works out. Big day tomorrow. Uh, for me, it'll be starting in Spellbound, and then I'll be making my way to the. Do I have the graphic? Do I have the graphic? I don't. I don't. To the Pro Wrestling Star Academy, which is down in the bottom corner there. I'm going to make my way there and watch the show that's on the right. It's going to be an amazing time. If you're a wrestling fan, if you can't get enough of me, if you just want to do something different today, come on out to Mount Holly. Like I said, fist bump, high five, hug, free. Free of charge. Free of charge. But it's going to be a great time. I can't flip and wait. And yeah. So that's all I got for this time. Until next time. Cheers.